One, to the government officials of all mankind. You're supposed to be the overseers and the bigger betterment of all societies. Through your leadership ability, you're supposed to make sure that we're protected and we're sustained, and that as a whole in society, we only cross positively good, bigger and better than all negativity that could destroy us. But because all your governments are of faith, they are blind to the absolute good truth of God, of how all that happens in reality. Listen to me. If your government officials think for any reason, right, it's good as truth to state you as victims or criminals, lock you up, right, hate you to no end with bias, and then enslave you into a system, right, that not only manifestly causes you to while incarcerated, fester in negativity, but then release you back in society and expect that you're going to be the bigger and better that. That is insanity to reality. All faith is a lie that will eventually cross all negative with negativity. The absolute positive good truth of God to the bigger and better of nothing. All negativity is the state all embodied matter of shape, form, and mass of indestructible atoms crossing and bonding is in a state of decay and disintegration, crisscrossing, fouled out, grounded out, and raptured up out of reality if one too long. See, all good truth only states you one positive when crossed with all negativity. Meaning, when you feel all negativity, only cross one positive. It will only add you up good as truth. And by the physics and laws of all reality of all matter of atoms crossing and bonding, you can only get bigger and better for that. I don't care who you are, Muslim, Christian, Jew, black, white, kind, crippled, crazy, Hindu, Buddhist, atheist too. If we cross one together positive, right, we are good. That is the truth of us. And the next time we see each other, we can only be the absolute bigger and better of that. Positive and good as the truth of us. The bigger and better of all God, truth, reality. Now check this out. Because these officers, right, they can say that it's not, but their whole job description, right, is tied to an enforcement of this law. And these laws are inherently corrupt because we know the system is broken and it's not just for all, right? Well, when they crisscross that way just to pay their bills, right, they sell out all they are. Good as truth, as Samaritans, right, of only being the bigger and better of society. And it's the most dysfunctional thing I think anybody could ever see if they understood what they were looking at. Listen, if you're an officer of the law, right, your laws, right, don't state you to come out to the scene of an incident and bring that scene to a bigger and better way, absolutely positively as the good truth of all, right? Well, in reality, it's not, man. This is your prisons, this is your jails, this is your victims, this is your crooks. Now I want to explain something to you. Everybody knows that if you go and you get a lawyer, right, if you have to go get you a lawyer, that lawyer is going to get thousands and thousands of dollars. And most of the time, all the time spent with that lawyer, right, in all court appearances, right, only accumulates maybe 2 to 5 hours tops. And this man will more than likely make anywhere from $1,000 to $100,000 off of the case. And then here's the thing about it, right? They enslave you into a system. Once you're convicted, right, this same lawyer, he goes on and he could become a prosecutor, he could stay a defense attorney, or he can become a judge. Now you got the same person, right, that's supposed to be defending you, selling you out, right, becoming the overseer of all laws judged on you, right? And these biased laws, right, of faith, right, has him just as negative as any fool that ever came in front of him. Because in reality, he does not know, no judge does, to only cross all of all back one positive and good until the absolute bigger and better the negativity is one nothing. And because of it, we're being caged like animals, hunted and killed like dogs. You got these jacked up military looking fools, man, coming at you in all directions just for being there. You know, going down the street or looking like you might be doing something fun. And it's a harassment. It's harassment on any man or woman. I tell you that I yet to meet any, right, in regular clothes that has not been harassed in that way, man, by officers of the law, just once or twice in their youth. And that's what they do. They prey on you. And if you resist, right, what they do is they attack you, man, to no end. They'll kill you. Everybody knows that, man. Don't go into jail and say nothing to these people. They call it talking crazy. Because in reality, they'll kill you. Don't go into prison, man, and not say, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. They will kill you. You hear me? It's nonsense. Then we got this coronavirus, and I told my governor, and I'm going to tell all of you the same thing, man. This guy is absolutely responsible for every single death up in all 40-some prisons in the state of Ohio. 40-some prisons, come on, man. That's absurd. In one state, man. This place is a police state. But to make a long story short, he's responsible because of his leadership. He's no kind of leader. Just like Trump, he's no kind of leader. Anybody who can't cross you absolutely positively to the bigger and better of all negativity that's destroying you, and they say they're the bigger and betterment of you, is a lie on you, and they are the negativity destroying you. We can't, you can't, us as a whole cannot hate for hate and expect for there to be some sort of positive good coming out of it, especially when we're being sold out to it, to our paychecks. Check this out. You know why they don't want police reform? Because every prison guard, every judge, every lawyer, every court clerk, every cop, man, they're all affected by it. What are they going to do if they can't sustain that? What are they going to do? Well, they're going to have to go be regular like regular people. If you want to really make good law enforcement, man, you don't need guns. I don't care. I don't care what you say. You don't need live ammo. And when you come to a scene, man, you go there to make love to that scene, man. You go there to make all positive, to make all good, man. To be the bigger and better the example of that. Because a blind fool is already in a negative way. And they're already crisscrossing, static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined. And eventually, if one too long, that will be the one nothing of them fools. You don't cross that way with them. You only cross them absolutely bigger and better than that. As the good truth of God of you. Look, if you hurt your leg, right, and it made you mad, right, you wouldn't beat your leg and cut it off to no end. You wouldn't do it with your head. You wouldn't do it with your home. You wouldn't do it with nothing. You don't repair, fix, maintain, or sustain anything like that, man. That's death to all things. That's the one nothing of them eventually. The static, twisted, scattered, undefined matter of their life and of their death. Back to one nothing, dust to wind at the beginning again. And it's been like that since the beginning of all time. Negativity is the state all, man, of faith. Fools, right? Has crossed to one nothing, dust to wind since the beginning of all time. Look, Adam turned away from the absolute positive good truth of God, of his reality, and to the faith of Eve. And when he turned to the faith of Eve, right, he diseased all mankind, man, to the reality of death and the destruction and the perversions of all we are. Now, I'm no saint, but I'm no blind fool either. I know whoever sees this knows I state you no lie. And I'm telling you, if you don't enforce laws in a way in which you are the good Samaritan of all things law and order, right? If you're not sustaining your people, man, and sparing no expense to make sure they're not out on these streets struggling and crisscrossing negative as hell. If you're not loving a person because they might be a different color than you, man, and you're some sort of biased fool, man, you're not only a disgrace to the uniform, you're not only a disgrace to yourself, but you're a disgrace to humanity. And in reality, that's why you won't make it. You will not last. Nothing in existence lasts that way. It's impossible, man. Listen, negativity is the state of all embodied matter, shape, form, and mass. The buildings, trees, you, me, every body of everything, creation applied to the here and now existence of all reality, man, is in a constant state of disintegration and decay, static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined, man. Crisscrossing, unevolved, man. To be good as the truth of the shape, form, and mass of an atom, man. To one nothing, dust the wind at the beginning again, man. Fouled out, grounded out, and raptured up out of reality. Just like they were in life, so shall they be in death. Static, twisted, scattered, undefined matter of nothing fucking dust of wind at the beginning again. And it's a ridiculous state of affairs, man. I seem to be the only fool that can see it. But it ain't gonna stay that way. Because I ain't gonna stop. I ain't scared of none of you. I got kids in this world, man. You hear me? I got loved ones. I got people dying out a suicidal lie, man. For nothing, man. Because the leadership of this world is unevolved, man. Listen, if I don't take care of my kids and I don't sustain them to the best of my ability, make sure they have a home, good food to eat, somewhere clean to lay their head, man, you know, well, I'm neglecting my children, man. If you say that you're the overseer of our society and any of us is running around like that and you're not sparing no expense to take care of us, man, to make sure that we're not that way, you ain't no kind of leadership. The only thing you're overseeing is a suicide cult. Because that's all you can do, man, is die out of that. Scrambled out like eggs before you go, man. All over the place. This world needs to get a grip. And these fools need to get alive. Look, I hear people all the time saying, well, I got a job in government because I'm gonna work the system from the inside out. You know? Man, you can't do that. When that system starts paying your bills, man, and you start rubbing elbows and pushing paperwork for these fools, you're part of that grind, grinding it out. You're part of that lie. Deceiving yourself out, playing tricks on yourself out, man. Can't do that. You have to let the whole damn thing be one nothing to you, man. And sometimes the end of something is the bigger and better of the beginning of it. Because I'm telling you, man, we are diseasing ourselves, man, as a society with hate and anger and fear, prisons, war, and drugs, and there's a whole bunch of nonsense on us. And when this place is paradise, you look all around you and you take all the elements of the known universe with the mind of a man and manipulate them any way you want, man, to make this existence any way you want to be, all the way from the smallest particles on out. But we're dying like dumb animals. An animal can never know exactly what I'm telling you, man. You could say to an animal all day, be positive. That's the good.